And I believe Bayan is on the horn here. We are looking at his camera from Superior, heading north. And Bayan, we just saw from Sloan that they are able to start throwing some water on some of these individual homes. From big picture, where you are looking up, are you seeing any reduction of the flames, or at least the intensity of them?
Yeah, hey Shannon, where Sloan is that kind of where those bigger flames are you see in the middle of your screen there. And yes, from our vantage point, it seems like those larger flames are certainly being extinguished or much less than they were, I would say, about 10 minutes ago. However, we did get, I would say, one or two very like us. And if we start panning over to the left, we've been seeing just on that ridge line there some more hot spots, some more glows in the area. What you're seeing now is in the northwest direction of Superior. That's towards Boulder County. It's several miles away from us, and I would say we haven't seen a flame over there in about 2 or 3 hours. You get one or two gusts. There may have been some hot spots. It could have been embers. It could have been for a number of reasons why the flames are starting to reignite in that area where they first started moving in the easterly direction. So yes, the gusts have calmed a little bit, but we are certainly seeing a lot more glows in the ridge line within the last 10 or 15 minutes. But back to your question, in the middle of our picture here, those larger flames that we saw in the Rock Creek area, those seem to be a lot less than they were. Again, with less winds, better visibility, fire crews able to get into more vulnerable areas. Now, Shannon, I would say about an hour ago, you were questioning, hey, we got, the official report that there was about 570 structures damaged, including homes and businesses and various other buildings. And you asked, you wonder whether the structures here in Superior, where we see this neighborhood in Rock Creek, whether those were included in that count. They weren't. When you were reporting that, I was listening to it live, and it was only one or two glows in the distance that we had. That was when there was still daylight. This community, that the Rock Creek community, a lot of the homes there got consumed after we got that number. So it is very possible and likely that count for structures damaged and destroyed is going to go up. And we've also been seeing a lot of people from other parts of Superior come to take a look at the sites here. There were some scares that with some of those higher gusts that we had, that the fire might jump the highway over here, 128. It didn't, thankfully, but as I introduce us to Liz, Liz, you just live on the other side of this highway. When did you get here, and what is it like to see your community, many parts of it up in flames like that?
It's just devastating. We just live we're right across the road from the pre-evacuation here in Jeffco, and I'm actually an insurance agent in this area, and I took my first call from somebody who lost their home just a little bit ago. It's just something you don't plan on. It's just devastating to see this in this time of year, and you just never imagine having this happen in December. And as an insurance agent, you try to do your best you can and help the clients for things like this, never probably really thinking this is going to happen. Right, and especially in a place like this, as an insurance agent, I'm sure you get calls sometimes from folks up in the mountain communities who have to deal with fires, but this is Superior. This doesn't happen in an area like this, especially this time of year, like you said. What did that person call and say? Just called to let me know that they don't know if they've lost their home yet for sure or not. Pretty sure they have, just looking at the area, and gave them all their information, and glad to hear they were safe. And that's really all we can do, is just pray for the whole community, just how devastating this is for everybody. And you and I have both been seeing, families come over here saying prayers and just kind of looking at this site. And so far, we haven't reported any casualties. Shannon, Jessica, I know I haven't heard anything from you guys reporting about casualties, but you're right. We have to pray that folks over there are doing okay, because these images are incredibly startling. Oh, absolutely. Did you have any friends or family over there just call and say, hey, we got to go? We didn't, but I do have a friend of mine whose parents are actually down in Florida on vacation, and they lost their home. And they just got a call from a neighbor to let them know that their home was gone. And yeah, it's just, I hope everybody's safe. I hope we don't have any casualties. And again, it's just something we never would have dreamed that's happened. And even for us, all of our whole cul-de-sac, we're all in a group text. Do we leave? Do we stay? What's everybody doing? Everybody's rushing around with their phones, taking videos of their home inside just in case. Again, never saw this coming.
It's absolutely devastating. It's completely understandable, just the proximity of how close you guys are, seeing that plume of smoke over the highway. And at one point, it was blowing in a direction where it seemed it was getting closer and closer to Highway 128. Yeah, so talk about that. We wondered, we got a bunch of, notifications of different communities being evacuated. Did any law enforcement, just as a precaution, come over there to let you guys know to be on standby?
They haven't, but we were getting from 911, from Jeffco, maps coming in, evacuations. We have a neighbor. Our neighbor is great on keeping up on this stuff, and she's kept everybody up and ready. And a lot of people outside this area have been reaching out to us, passing information on too. So.
Yeah, Liz, we really appreciate your time. Thank you for coming out here and sharing your thoughts about this. And it was a pleasure talking to you.
Okay.
We hope that your night gets a little better, although it's hard to say when we got stuff like this going on in the background.
Thank you. You guys stay safe.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Liz. Thank you. Shannon, I think Shannon and Jessica, I should say, what we might hear in the coming days here, even tomorrow when we have maybe more favorable weather to put some of this out, is a lot of people are going to be calling their insurance agents going, what do I do now?
Absolutely.
Back to you.
All right. Bye and thanks. And our thanks to Liz. How many phone calls like that are going out tonight, not only to their insurance agents, but like she said, a friend, they're on vacation and their neighbors just called to say that their home was gone.